let's discuss it. Can you be this quirky looking, non-Eurocentric, basically not your typical version of attractive, and still be successful? I want to start this video by saying so much praise and love goes to my very Punjabi love nook nose, okay? Listen, it literally shaped, insert here, like an Atlantic puffin. Imagine that. Now that puffin's beak allows it to catch multiple fishes for it to enjoy dinner and basically thrive in the colony of penguins. I think that's an indicator of me too. Listen, this nose is God-given. I personally think this nose is like a symbol of my ability to sniff out success. I know where the opportunities are at. I can smell them. And let's face it, I'd rather be the quirky, weird looking girl in a room of identical looking bitches who have all the same clip-ons, their whole fucking, their beige filtered out, their personality, souls, everything is so fucking beige, because in that crowd, guess who stands out? Me, my quirky, little, short, big nose, Punjabi self. So quack, quack, bitch. My future is strong as this nose bridge. Play the intro. This week's lemonade is brought to you by me being surprise attacked and being squirted in the eye by some intensely bitter lemons that I didn't see it coming, guys. I had no fucking plan. And this is not even the fun kind of squirting. Like, usually when I think of the word squirting, I think of something wonderful. This is not wonderful. I am shook to my core, I'm sad, and I don't know, I'm trying to figure it out in real time. So let me give you context about how this batch of lemonade came to be. So in the last few months, I've been competing with this other person for like a big role, right? And with their chest, they turned around and was like, I'm gonna get this role and it's happening for me because I'm more attractive. Like, let's just face it. Who do you think they'd rather see? Who do you think they'd rather be around? And I was like, I'm gonna be honest, me and that person are equally adequate, capable, and I think would definitely bring like a certain strength to the role. But where we're opposite is in three key things: our vision, our approach, and our values. And that's where it gets a bit techie. I say techie, I'm just being polite. It gets really fucking cutthroat because I want it way more, and I think my vision's fucking spectacular, but here we fucking are, okay? I was shook because I was just like, at no point in this build-up had I ever considered my looks. I was like, literally, like, I'll be the first to admit, I am quietly arrogant about like my skill set, my intelligence, like my vision. Like, I always have so much conviction in what I do because my vision has always been bigger than a bigger picture, if that makes sense. So I'm like, if you want to compete with me and we're gonna go through it, like, I'm up. Like, don't even worry about me. I've got ancestors and ting. Like, it's divinely guided, all right? And then it really fucked me up because then I started analyzing. I was like, and then it really shook me because I always talk about it on my Instagram and stuff, but I'm always very self-conscious, and it's been a journey for me to accept that I'm never gonna turn up in the world like everybody else. Like, I look really quirky, I sound very like different, I don't have like a distinct, what I think is like a professional voice and all that shit. And it really fucked with me because I was like, oh shit, like, that's all you're banking on. It's not a strategy, it's not you have a passion, because my whole thing that was giving me heat and drive, I was like, I have a vision, like, I'm doing this because there's a bigger, like, my vision is bigger than a bigger picture, and that like has driven me so much, even in like the darkest of moments. And the whole time this person has been cool as a cucumber because they're like, and then I was like, oh fuck, I'm about to fucking be tackled by pretty privilege. Fuck me. I hate the term pretty privilege because for me, when people use the term pretty privilege, all they're doing is escaping having deeper conversations, which are often uncomfortable, around how colorism, phallophobia, ableism will hugely impact someone's life experiences, and yeah, the access to opportunities and, you know what, the access to fucking kindness that everyone deserves that they don't get, right? And it fucks me off. And especially, listen, like colour wise, I'm pasty as hell. Like no one, unless like someone's been white or white Arab, then they get funny about my like skin colour, but like no, I have never experienced the same kind of racism as someone with darker complexion will have. But you know what, like I've been size 8, I've been size 22, I definitely know what it feels like for people to treat you differently and almost like fucking inhuman when you're bigger. And then in terms of ableism, no, I don't have any physical disabilities, but I have epilepsy and ADHD, and it's so funny to me because especially with job interviews and stuff, the minute like I declare I have a disability, the way they start treat like, well, within a minute I go from being like, oh my god, who is this like commercially savvy, like we love how peppy she is, to like, are you okay sweetie, like this is not too stressful, you're not gonna have a fit. It's like, no fuckers, it's not like I get overstimulated and then I have a seizure and start pissing everywhere. This is not the squirting porn that you're used to, okay? Like behave. But it really, like, the whole conversation shook me to my core because I was like, this person fundamentally believes that the only thing between me and them, and I always think, listen, the table's big enough, everyone can be successful. I'm not looking at the next person like, what are you doing? But I was like, wholeheartedly, this person believes they would be more able to get this opportunity based on their fucking looks and nothing else. And it really fucking triggered me because I was just like, how the fuck do you compete on the basis of being judged on solely of your looks, and how easy it is for people to find you like normal and more like digestible, I guess, because I'm not. Listen, I was really triggered because I have body dysmorphia, right? So I have been literally every size. I have been like size 6 to 8, I've been like size 22 at my largest, and it really fucks with your self-worth. Like I've openly discussed, like I don't see what you guys see, right? Like I have a completely different image in my head, and there's been moments in my life where I've been like, I am not worthy of this, or I'm not going to get this, because when they look at me they're disgusted, like why would you pick this? So when the person was literally like, obviously they're going to pick me because look at this, I was like, fuck, like in the long run am I like, is it worth putting this much effort in when naturally, because this person looks a certain way and behaves a certain way, that it's just easier for them? Like, why am I burning myself out and fighting so hard if that's like the deciding factor? Because how the, like, oh, it really fucked me up. And I was like, this is not, these feel like rotten lemons. Like, you can't make lemonade with rotten lemons, can you? And then I was sad for like quite a long while, and then I bodied the fuck up and I was like, you must be out of your ever fucking loving mind if you think the only difference between me getting what I fucking deserve, worthy for, and more capable of than you is looks. I hope those silicone tits are fucking comfortable pills. I hope it's fucking comfortable pillows for when I bury you in your fucking grave, you prick. And now we're back to regular programming. Let me be honest, I don't tie my value and my worth to my looks purely because my secret weapon is going to be it's my ability to know how to translate to all types of people. You haven't seen someone like me. Someone doesn't have my life story. Someone hasn't overcome the obstacles I've overcome. And what makes me impressive is I did it and no one supported me, looked like me, or rooted for me. So yeah, fuck you and your pretty privilege. It's not a rememberable story. And the truth is, I don't want to be remembered on looks. I want to be remembered for my ideas, how I made people feel, and the differences and changes I make. And then that was it. And it was so weird because in that moment I went from being petrified to feeling really empowered, because I was like, this is what the game is. If all you have to go on is something that everybody else has and can be, you don't know how to compete with me because you can't access it. It's not something you can add to your face. It's not something you can lose or gain weight for. It's life experience, it's perspective, and that, my lovely, you can never buy, you can never recreate, and you can even fake. So I don't think you need to be attractive to be successful. You have to be you. You have to feel confident in you, and just gotta keep going. Believe in your own sauce. You believe in your own sauce, you'll be going off the shelves like fucking Heinz ketchup. That's the level of sauce you have to have. Look how fucking also successful that company is. And then actually, I'm gonna insert here how much Heinz ketchup makes. That's your value. Be that sauce. Be Heinz ketchup sauce. I'm gonna be so sad if it has like a low number, but whatever sauce you fuck with, find out commercially what it makes. You be that sauce, babes. But remember, I said these are really fucking rotten lemons, so be under no illusion. In the same week as being called ugly claps and not commercially digestible, in the same breath, another competitor said, you look too ditzy and girly to be successful. And I was like, you can't win. Like, this is what I mean. How on earth, what is attractive? Like, can you fundamentally tell me what attractive is and how it equates to my success? Because in my field, I feel like if I look too vixen-like, then no one takes me seriously, right? And if I look too plain Jane or like I fit in, then I look like the rest. So how the fuck is anyone ever gonna remember me? And it fucked me off. Because listen, I always make a joke of being like the Punjabi version of Legally Blonde. Like, I am the eternal optimist. I enjoy fashion, and like it's my armor. Like I don't want to wear a fucking blue suit. I don't want to wear all these beige, black, and fucking like my pet peeve at Instagrams where it's like that cold filter and everyone's wearing the same color tones. Fuck, look, life is colorful, ladies. You see, we're green, we're pink. Let your soul like fucking speak out. Why do you want to look like everybody else? And then it just tied me back in, and I was like, fuck you. Bro, it's a never-ending circle. You're either going to be like too much of this or not enough of this and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, nah, I cannot be doing this. And then I sussed it out. Like I said, you got to believe in your own source, have conviction in it, and that's what makes you successful. It isn't this blueprint of this or that. And you can't, listen, you can try and emulate it, but it has a lifespan. And the fucked up thing is, it may not even work for you. Your best bet is being yourself, embracing everything about you, even the shit you don't like. You think, listen, I don't like my voice. I think I always talk about my nose, my weight, all this shit. But evidently, that shit works for me because here I am. You've got to do the same, baby. You've got to do the same. Can you taste the lemonade getting sweeter and sweeter and sweeter? So we've come to our natural lemonade end. I want to leave you with this. I'm in this space now after this weird week of women my age. Honestly, they were all like similar ages to me, ripping me apart, saying like, you're too much, you're this, you're that. To the only thing I want to be, and the thing that I truly fundamentally believe will make me successful, is if I am my authentic self. That is what's going to make me successful, not my attractiveness or however someone else judges me. That's so subjective and it can easily be ripped apart. I'm not building up an empire on shaky and movable ground. I'm a solid fucking foundation. I'm a Taurus moon. I'm about that cow ox life. You get me? I'm in it for the long haul. And yeah, does it piss me off that sometimes my opportunities and my success feel like they're being held hostage over beauty, or if someone finds my lipstick too bright or my body too curvy and sexual, or like all these different things? Like, yeah, it's fucking annoying, and fuck you. Like, I want to make bread and eat it too. And if it takes me longer because I didn't fit in, or I didn't look a certain way, or I wasn't molded the way they think people are meant to be molded, I'm okay with that, because ultimately everything I win, I build and is mine, is meant for me and no one else, because the whole time I was authentically me. I didn't sell out, I didn't have to wear a mask, and the beautiful thing is I'll never crack because I wasn't betraying myself. How long can you go pretending to be somebody else? You got to take off the mask sometimes, sweetheart. Anyway, thank you for watching LemonAID, and I'm back to do weekly videos. Speak to you soon. Bye.